After viewing the NAEYC's website, I chose to do my position statement on media violence in children's lives because it is an issue that affects all children and society. My position on this topic is that violence in children's programming negatively impacts children and their futures. I believe that teachers, parents, and other adults in society should work together to remove violence from all forms of media directed at children. Children, especially young children, are vulnerable to negative influences. According to the Media Violence in Children's Lives, up to age 7 or 8 years, children have difficulty distinguishing fantasy from reality and are limited in capability in understanding the differences in behavior, motivation, and moral issues in television. Even though it is the parents' responsibility to monitor their child's television, they cannot do it alone. There is too much violence on television. This is why it is necessary to have standards in place to limit violence in children's programming. How violent is it? According to the Media Violence in Children's Lives, since the FCC, the Federal Communication Commission, deregulated children's programs in 1982, airtime for war cartoons rose from 1.5 hours per week in 1982 to 43 hours per week in 1986. In 1980, children's programs featured 18.6 violent acts per hour compared to 26.4 violent acts per hour in 1990. Researchers discovered that excessive viewing of violence on television by children results in 3 consistent problems. First, children become less sensitive to the pain and the suffering of others. Second, they become more fearful of the world around them. And thirdly, they are more likely to be aggressive in behavior towards others. This leads children to see violence as a normal and appropriate way to resolve conflicts. In addition, research shows that watching violent programming leads to less imaginative play and to more imitative play. Children who watch a lot of violent programming mindlessly mimic violent acts rather than learning how to deal with their emotions and think through problems using self-control. Television and other media can play a positive role in early childhood development. It can be used as an educational tool for teaching children how to deal with conflicts and get along with others. It can also be used to promote imagination and creativity. However, television violence can greatly negatively impact children for life. We must work together to remove violence from children's programs, and by doing so, we will help to remove it from our society altogether. Thank you.